Welcome to Good Mythical More. It's gonna get strange. It's gonna get intriguing. It's gonna get inexplicable because the unsolved mysteries that we're gonna discuss today might not be real.
Oh my goodness, really?
But they could be.
Oh, wow.
And then if they are, we have to solve them.
But first, let's donate $1,000 to Urgent Action Fund for Women's Human Rights to aid in their mission to partner with women's movements worldwide to support women's human rights defenders striving to create cultures of justice, equality, and peace. Please join us in giving at urgentactionfund.org.
Urgentactionfund.org.
Thank you for being your mythical best.
Stevie, do you think we can solve some of these?
There's mysteries all around us, happening every day. You've seen the podcasts.
Do you enjoy it? Did you watch Unsolved Mysteries, the original?
Robert Stack? Yeah, everybody did.
Stevie, you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
There were only 4 channels back then.
But also, is the series on Netflix that
Throwback to that, yeah.
It is? Okay, it's the same IP.
Yep, same IP, intellectual property.
It's like at the end, those things are never resolved, you know? It's
Hosted by Robert
frustrating.
Halfstack.
I don't think Robert Fullstack is doing it anymore.
It's Robert's son, Halfstack. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid.
Yep.
I loved it. I don't know if you guys have heard of some of these unsolved mysteries.
You made me hit myself.
That
in the
thing
face.
just jumped up. It's a mystery. I don't know how that happened.
But some of these are real unsolved mysteries, and some of them are unsolved mysteries we've made up ourselves.
Can we make Stevie's voice a little louder? It's just not quite.
Some of these. Oh, sorry, you meant the volume in the.
Oh, you could yell.
Yeah.
Don't
that's
yell,
nice.
Stevie.
I can hear myself a little bit. Yeah, I was having trouble hearing the wheel video, and then it was translated to me that she collected 45,000 bees. I was like, okay.
And the Dakota.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill,
yeah.
you were there for that.
I was there for Bill.
That
Man,
was a
what a
big
gem.
day. That was a big day.
The thing I remember about that day is that crafty in the morning we had bananas on the table, and then Bill was like, "You'll be okay around the bees as long as you didn't eat any bananas this morning." And I was like, "God dang it!"
Yeah.
But
It
he
wasn't
had
a
sense of
joke.
humor. All right, let's hear the first one.
Misinformed. This unsolved mystery involves the reincarnation of 2 young sisters, the Pollock sisters. In 1957, 2 young sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock, died in a tragic car accident. 1 year later, their mother gave birth to twins, Jillian and Jennifer.
Pollock.
Jillian and Jennifer began showing eerie behaviors that led to theories of reincarnation. They seemed to recognize toys that had belonged to their dead sisters. They also displayed familiarity with new places that Joanna and Jacqueline had been to before. Perhaps most strangely, they exhibited a fear of cars. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychologist specializing in reincarnation, believed their case was real.
A psychologist believing in reincarnation.
Specializing. Don't belittle it.
But he specialized in reincarnation and he believed it was real.
But here's the thing.
Can you specialize in it and not believe any are real?
Nope. Because here's the thing. I've been talking to you about this lately. I've been, most of my life, I've
been
just
listening?
completely, no, you don't listen to me, but they do. Some of them do. Some of them, I've dismissed all these stories as, okay, I'm not saying that people are lying.
Rhett's looked into each one.
Some people are lying, but some people are just deceived. Some people are trying to connect dots that can't really be connected. And I'm just like completely just saying all of it's fake. Don't even talk to me about it. It's not even fake. But just lately, I've been asking the question, what if it's not all fake?
What if you're wrong?
What if it's not all fake? What if I've just had this like closed mind, totally materialistic worldview where all this stuff is just crazy people or people who want to believe things, the power of the mind. So I'm in this phase right now where I'm like, what if some of it's real? So Pollock sisters, if you're watching.
What are the chances that 2 twins can
I
be
buy it.
afraid of
And not
cars?
only do I believe that it's an unsolved mystery, but I believe your story. I believe that you're twin souls that always come back.
I mean, I believe that it's it's an actual story.
But do you believe it?
But I don't believe you.
A psychologist specializing in reincarnation
So
verified it.
So I think this is mystifyingly historic. This is a historical occurrence, but it is not a reincarnation, an actual reincarnation.
Because you don't believe in reincarnation.
I don't. I think, I mean, why wouldn't we know more about it? Is that a rumble?
Who do you think is shaking the building right now?
Nar 240.
Just when I said you don't believe in reincarnation.
I definitely believe in aliens. I probably believe in ghosts, but I just haven't had time to think about reincarnation. That's where I'm at. I don't know. I'll say that, I don't know.
Well, to reveal this answer, please welcome Jillian and Jennifer.
Well, we went all out for this more. Hey, ladies. Good to see y'all.
Thank you for coming in. There's no cars.
Yeah.
There's no cars.
Please don't shake the building anymore, because I believe.
See, my question for you is, did you say that you were reincarnated, or was it just you had a lot of similarities, but you don't have any memories of the past life?
No, she remembers certain parts of it. Yeah, they're probably, actually, if they were born in 1957, they're like 66. Or no, 64.
I thought they were going to be superimposed
65.
later. Oh, okay.
It's a real unsolved mystery.
So we both got that right.
Both correct.
But I got it more right because I believe them.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to judge the individual case. I don't have experience with it. I'm just saying that I'm no longer just dismissing all of them without any more consideration.
It seems that I just think what is the expectation with reincarnation? That you have to tap into something to have an awareness of it? And so my argument of, well, if it happened, then a lot more people will be talking about it. Is that not a good argument?
Well, a lot of people don't remember their dreams, or they say, I don't dream.
Well, that's a good point, right?
But also, I know for a fact that if reincarnation is real, a large percentage of the stories about it are still probably BS. Because why is it that everyone who was ever reincarnated was like a king in their past life? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
is that, I don't know if that's the case. I haven't done any reading.
If you go to the reincarnation convention, there's like,
they've always been demoted.
There's like 2 Napoleons. You know, that's the joke.
Oh, okay. That's the joke.
I've actually heard that joke, so I'm just saying that I heard somebody make that joke. Why, when you go to the reincarnation convention, are there 2 Napoleons? It's because everybody wants to feel important. So
the back of my knees.
Obviously, that's not always the case. But 2 twins that just died.
That's all I'm doing down here.
And they're recognizing things.
I mean, also there's all these stories about toddlers doing really creepy stuff constantly.
Like playing concertos.
Yeah, but also just talking to imaginary friends that know details about like the history of a house and like.
Well, that's a ghost though.
Yeah, but it could be, or it could be something else. It could
be a reincarnated
all types
ghost.
Of stuff. I don't know what's in these later rounds.
It may
or if I
not be
ruined
reincarnation.
Something.
It just may be there's something else going on that somebody's tapping into. I don't know.
Yeah. A family in Wyoming was devastated when their family dog, Tucker.
I had a Tucker.
What are the chances?
That's why I paused at Tucker. Seemingly ran away from home. They put up flyers, offered a reward, and combed the streets for years after his disappearance. Then, suddenly, 15 years later, a dog matching his description turned up at the family home. He answered to Tucker and even had his collar, but hadn't appeared to age at all. Real or fake?
What are the chances that they being the writers, would come up with a fake mystery and use your dog's name? Now, the thing is...
To really draw me in and pull my emotional heartstrings?
It isn't a requirement of our writers to know each of our life's history, like in total, right? You know, Stevie knows that Link's dog was named Tucker because she's been here for a long time. But not every writer knows that your dog's name was Tucker. And so the question is Tucker just such a common dog name?
I think it might be.
That it could equally just be that Tucker is the real dog in this story who's not your Tucker, or Tucker's just a name that a writer thought of.
And is my dog's name the reason why so many dogs are now named Tucker?
I like to believe that.
Yeah.
I think Tucker's actually on dogsnames.com is falling out of fashion.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't do it now.
No one's really doing Rover
15
except
years
for irony.
didn't age. That's where you lost me. Not buying it.
Yeah, I'm also not buying it.
Yeah. This is fake. It's a bunch of crap.
Just
It's
a
a
load
bunch
of
of
crap.
crap.
This is
Had
fake.
to,
I'm
had to throw the
disappointed.
Tucker in there.
Talk about remembering your dreams, though. I did remember a snippet of my dream. I was running through a field with Jenna. Jenna, you in here? We were running.
Remember this, Jenna?
We were running from something.
The field?
I hope you didn't have this dream. That would be really freaky. And then we were hiding under something, and then these people came through and they started looking for us. And I was so scared and trying to get them not to hear my breath. And I was looking at you, and you were really good at being quiet, but my breath was real loud. And I ended up closing my eyes in order to try to breathe more softly.
Yep, through your eyes.
And then the people who were searching for us went past us, and then you could see their legs, and then they came back and they sat down right behind me. And so I'm laying down like this, and there's two guys' knees, his knees are right here.
That's it.
And at a certain
Sticky
point,
situation.
when I thought that I couldn't keep my cool anymore, I reached up there
And massaged.
and I grabbed the guy's cigarette
Oh,
and I smoked it.
that's a good way to show. It's a power move. Big time power move.
And then he looked down there and I was like,
Hey man,
I'm here.
Just taking a toke, breathing through my eyes.
Isn't that strange?
Wow, what does that mean?
I was so scared.
What does that mean?
I was petrified.
You're scared of smokers.
But then after that, they didn't kill us or anything.
Well, of course, because smokers stick together.
Well, they didn't kill me. I don't know what happened to you.
Smokers stick together because they've been shunned. You know, they're standing outside of buildings, and people are like, could you move a little bit further away? And then there's another. Yeah, they go into the room in the airport together.
Yeah, it's a camaraderie thing, I
They
guess.
stick together.
I'm not a smoker. I haven't experienced that, but
But there's a smoker
good technique.
union, you know.
It's a good technique.
1900.
1900.
3 keepers of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse in Scotland.
Flannan Isles?
Flannan Isles.
3 keepers.
3 keepers
Shit,
of the
they're
Flannan
ships.
Isles
Yeah.
Lighthouse in Scotland suddenly disappeared without explanation. The only sign that anything was amiss was an overturned chair. Officials found the lighthouse keeper's waterproof gear inside, an uneaten meal on the table, and the clock inside the lighthouse had stopped. Their bodies were never found. Theories range from drownings to abduction by foreign spies, a ghost ship, or a giant sea monster. Is this unsolved mystery real?
Could
or
be
fake?
mutiny. Just them getting tired of it, you know?
But do the 3 get together? Because they only have to be there one at a time. I think there's a tag team. I think they give a little 5 as they tag in.
Yep, I think it's 2 at a time.
But are
and then
all 3
they all
together?
rotate. So it's I'm with you, and then you go to bed, and the other guy comes back, and then I go to bed, and the other guy comes back. So you have shifts with the buddy.
If there's 3 people in an equal daily rotation who are lighthouse keepers, do they all end up meeting each other?
Yes, that's what I just.
Is
but
there
that's
a
weird
way?
sleep routine though?
But if there's 4, there's a chance that 2 of them don't meet one of them.
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
So this gives credence to this
3,
because there's
with
3.
3 it starts to shift your cycle.
Right, because you end up, this guy in the middle knows both of these guys, and this guy knows this guy. So they all 3 know each other. They hang out. This is true.
Yeah,
Israel.
yeah. Where are
That
they?
does seem like a lot of keepers of a lighthouse, though. I'm not up on lighthouse
Lighthouse
keeping,
got to
though.
be kept.
I feel like that's the minimum.
It's a magazine. Lighthouse keeping.
I feel like 3 is the minimum.
In
8 hours.
the present tense, there's a fun podcast.
Trevor
Real or
is now
fake?
doing his podcast from a lighthouse. Is that the segue?
Trevor
Yes.
talks too much in a lighthouse.
Yep.
He's got great guests. Suburban.
Which is Keith Urban's son.
Pretty cool stuff with a kazoo.
Yeah.
He's great with a kazoo, and that's not a joke. Sounds like a joke, but
Keith,
it's not.
Keith Urban's son from a previous marriage.
Okay.
It's not a Kidman. It's not a Kidman.
So check out Trevor Talks Too Much wherever you get your podcast.
Trevor's having some great conversations over there. He is a great conversationalist.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't talk to Trevor enough before he did his podcast to know that, to be honest with you.
Check it out.
But I have learned by listening to Trevor Talks Too Much that he's a good talker. He is a real good talker.
Also, there's highlights of all the Mythical podcasts on TikTok at Mythical Pods. You just get like a snippet.
Just the other night, I found myself late at night in bed going through Mythical Pods TikTok, and I was like, that's funny. That's funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
it's
That's
good.
funny.
It's good.
That's funny.
You get some hot dog as a sandwich.
I kind of got in a little rhythm there for a while.
Yeah.
Thought I saw too much of us.
Yeah, but seeing the other podcasts,
Yeah.
I like. It's a great way to just get a little snippet
Little snippet.
while you doze off.
In 2003, there were dozens of reports of memory loss cited by residents of Black Rock, Arkansas. All these people had one thing in common. Their commutes all included the interchange between U.S. Highway 412 and U.S. Highway 63. These residents reported driving on the highway and suddenly arriving in Walnut Ridge, a city located 10 miles south of Black Rock. Every driver was completely unable to recall what happened between the highway interchange and arriving in Walnut Ridge. After 2003, the reported number of memory loss incidents dropped from 7 to 10 a month to 0.
So just
Really?
went away.
So once they started talking about it?
First of all, no. This is the
This is real, and it is happening, and it's happening in more places than Black Rock.
no. It's only happening there, and it stopped happening there because it was just some gas. When you came to the intersection, there was just some like memory loss gas.
I think it was just that situation when you're driving and you're like, oh, I just realized I've been driving and not thinking about it. You know, that happens all the time.
Yeah, you're driving with your reptilian brain.
No, but this is happening. People are losing little sections of memories, and they think that maybe there's aliens involved.
You think aliens are sucking out?
I think aliens are commandeering
Time?
like consciousness. I really don't think there's anal probing happening, if that's what you're after.
You're not going to learn much by going up my anus.
Well, you might learn that
I mean, you'll learn what I eat.
tell that to the guy tell that to your doctor when you turn 45, because I turned 45 in October, and I am ready
That's
to
true.
be.
I mean, you'll know if
reamed out.
If you have colon cancer. I've already done that, man. I did that years ago because I had some anal bleeding.
I tried to tell us. Say less.
It was just a mild hemorrhoid though, but
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
a
we just
mild
wanted to be
hemorrhoid.
safe.
Yeah.
Real.
But I tried to sign up for a reaming, and they said insurance won't pay for it until you're 45. I was like,
Really?
well, dang, I gotta wait till October.
Because you were asking me about it. You were getting all ready for it. And I was like,
I'm
dude,
like,
it's
I
great.
feel-
You're in a twilight state and someone's just reaming out your butthole. It's just like, you're kind of like, you have just enough consciousness to know
enjoy
that's
it.
what they're doing.
yeah,
You know,
just
it's always so
and
nice
enjoy
to
it.
give YouTube a new thing to put on their you cannot say list.
Twilight reaming.
Yeah.
I think that's what the sign above the door said.
Yeah.
It's like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Twilight.
No appointment necessary.
I just imagined, like, on high school TV shows where they have like the flyers on the, on the wall, you can like sign up for drama club or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like
Twilight
a reaming sign up.
Sign up for Twilight reaming.
Sign up for
Everybody's
reaming.
doing it.
Guys,
It's real.
it's fake.
No.
There's so many details. I thought you were gonna, I thought
Something
you were
like
gonna
it's
say
real.
Thought we were going to balk, huh?
Yeah.
The aliens of it all, though, it's probably true. That's the irony of it.
It is
You
happening.
made it up, but it's happened.
I know somebody that happened to. Only a few days left to get the Rhett and Link Sing Brooks and Dunn record. Join Third Degree Quarterly or Annual by June 30th. MythicalSociety.com for details.